too, it seemed like the defense was having issues throughout the game, just in terms of making rotations, stopping three-point shooters. What did you think about how the defense performed throughout the game?
Well, we had a trouble in transition defense in the first half. I thought, not that our half court was great, but I thought we made shots in the first half, and I didn't think we took advantage of that fact because we gave up some easy baskets. And then, obviously in the second half, there was, different things on too many possessions where, we tried to execute something and we didn't do it on the level that we need to. I think those breakdowns ultimately, even if you're in rotations, which, we're going to be at certain points, particularly if we're trying to give help on PG when he's going. But, those things, we've just got to be better in those areas. And it goes up the chain of a possession where they begin to get an advantage, and then, we're behind.
Matthew Cole's AP.
As hot as you guys were from the perimeter in the first half, I think you missed 16 straight threes, bridging the first and second halves. What can you do to generate offense when the three-pointers aren't falling?
That's kind of the question kind of about our team. I thought in the third quarter we didn't get as good a looks. I thought some of those shots were just harder shots, lower percentage shots. But we're not a team. That's who we've been the whole season, and we have to get good ones. And a lot of times you can get those in transition, or we can get that when we get in the paint and are able to make plays for each other. There's some of them for us that, you want to get to the rim. Oftentimes, that early three is the best shot for us. And it has been during the course of the season. So, we've had plenty of games, where we keep shooting and, we start making late, and we had some really good looks late, I thought, as well. And, if we turn those down and their defense gets set and, they're switching pick and roll and they're able to stay in front, we usually get up against the shot clock. So in spite of the fact that those shots aren't going in, I think they're still good shots, for our group, and as far as what the strengths and weaknesses of our team are offensively. So, you don't want to stop shooting, but you also want to do things that can get you better looks. And I thought, particularly in the third, I thought we began to get some better looks as it went on. But the biggest issue, is we weren't getting stops, and that's a big thing for us, because those stops usually generate the kind of threes that we saw in the first half.
Tim McMahon, ESPN.com.
Quin, how big of a concern is Donovan's ankle at this point, and what do you think of the way he's playing despite some obvious limitations?
Kind of the segue on the last question. We're asking Donovan. Again, that's one of the reasons for us to get out in transition, because it takes some of the load off him. When we get into the half court, he's carrying a huge load, not just trying to create offense for himself, but for the group. So they'll continue to evaluate him and, see where he is after tonight, and, continue to monitor that and make decisions going forward that obviously have Donovan's best interest at, first and foremost in mind.
Ben Anderson, KSLSports.com.
Piggybacking off that, Quin, what does your team lose offensively when he's not able to explode to the rim, Donovan, that is outside of just his own isolation scoring?
Well, he's the guy, in our group that is really oftentimes has the responsibility, and it can be a heavy one of generating, whether, like I said, generating shots for himself or, going by and creating and getting other people looks. So, that's a lot. And, he's shown his capability of making those plays, throughout the year and obviously in the playoffs as well, the level that he's played at. But, if they're double teaming him, blitzing him in pick and roll, coming to hit off the nearest man, he's got to get off the ball. And that's what he does, because, it's hard to play 1 against 2. So as the ball moves out, that's where we got some good looks in the second half. But as I said, we've had some other guys that stepped up. I thought Boyan obviously had a big night for us. JC in the first half really, got it going, and I thought gave us a lot of momentum there when I felt like maybe we could have been ahead more than we were if it weren't for some some mistakes defensively and, as I said, transition defense.
Okay, that's all the time we have. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.